everybody, good morning and happy Tuesday to you. I'm hoping that my greetings are finding each and every one of you feeling well today, because you know what? Health is wealth, which is also going to be a topic on our, our schedule for today. So we want everybody to be feeling good because, once we're healthy, we're feeling great and all the good energy keeps flowing. And this is what we're here to do, wake you up in the know and still give you some positive vibrations. So once again, welcome to DBS This Morning. I'm Chayla Mendes, your morning host. And right now we're about to kick things off with our morning news highlights.
Now for a summary of your top stories. The St. Lucia Medical and Dental Association President, Dr. Merle Clark, is hoping that St. Lucia will not have to wait too long before it receives Merck's or Pfizer's new antiviral pills to fight COVID-19.
As things go in the world, the more industrialized countries do tend to get access before we do. But there were issues with the patent or the patent being granted to other jurisdictions so that the drugs could be more widely available. The important issue with those drugs, the important thing with those drugs is that they've been shown to reduce hospitalization and death. And to reiterate, that is the important thing in this pandemic, preventing the overwhelming of our healthcare systems, preventing hospitalizations, preventing deaths. So they are important. Those drugs have gone through the requisite clinical trials and they have been shown to have that effect.
Dr. Clark says the new drugs are unlike ivermectin, which has not been shown to have any effect on COVID-19. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Health continues to appeal to St. Lucians to adhere to COVID-19 safety protocols and to avoid large gatherings as the island begins to wrestle with a fifth wave of infections. As of January 9th, 2022, St. Lucia had diagnosed over 15,000 cases with over 1,100 active cases recorded on island. The daily infection rate for the last 7 days is 99 per 100,000 population per day, with a 36% testing positivity rate and a transmission rate of 3.3. There have been 306 COVID-19 deaths.
Since the commencement of the fifth wave on December 16, 2021, 1,967 cases have been diagnosed with an average of 82 cases per day. Women account for 58% of the cases and 10 COVID-19 deaths have been recorded. Tourists account for 9% of the cases. The prevalence increase is noted mainly in Castries, Gros Islet, Dennery and Babonneau districts.
As the second school term commences, the CMO is appealing to all stakeholders to contribute to ensuring a safe environment for sustainable school reopening. Bus drivers especially have been reminded to ensure that all recommended measures are being implemented. The Fire and Emergency Services responded to 50 emergency calls over the weekend, 11 of those to motor vehicle incidents and 3 physical assaults. There were also 3 fire calls.
Those were primarily minor incidents. There were 3 fire calls recorded for the period. Officers at the fire service headquarters, with the assistance of crews from the Gros Islet and Babonneau fire stations, responded to a call relating to a structural fire at Barnard Hill in Castries on Sunday 9th January at approximately 3:45 p.m. Emergency personnel found the structure, which owners stated was a canteen, fully engulfed in flames. The structure, which measured approximately 30 by 21 feet, and its contents were fully destroyed. However, no other properties were reported affected or persons reported injured as it relates to this incident.
A cause for the fire is yet to be established. Hopes that the tourism industry would rebound from the devastating effects of the COVID-19 pandemic have been dented by the wildfire spread of the Omicron variant. Now, the executive director of the World Tourism Organization is calling for new ideas to restart the tourism sector.
It has been the sector the most hit by the crisis. And it's not only the sector, it's all the people and the livelihoods that depends on it. The tourism ecosystem is very broad, and the supplies in tourism are not limited to tourism industries. They as well call upon the need and I can say the value chain and the supplies that relate to the value chain, being it food, being it other items and as well services. So basically, this has been very 2 tough years, but we see that the future, we need to rethink the sector fully, and that's maybe an opportunity.
She has joined in calls for the harmonization of travel protocols, which have been very volatile because even if countries reach an agreement, a change in the pandemic situation means that it cannot be applied. And those are your top stories. Thanks for watching. Good morning.
So that's a wrap when it comes to our morning news highlights, everybody. Thank you again for being up this early. Now, if you have just joined us, it's okay. We won't put too much pressure. At least you're here with us now. And again, we have our newscast coming up, midday news, as well as at 7 p.m. So you could catch up on that, but you're still here for all the good stuff that's about to come. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Good morning. Wake up. We have exciting news for you, and we have a friend here to share it with me, and she's representing for the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court. And you may be wondering, well, what on earth or what exciting news could we possibly have? Well, little do you know, and I'm learning today too, so we're all going to learn together. But today actually is the official opening of the 2022 law year. So for those of you who may not be familiar like myself, we are going to be learning today, and clearly in this new world, this new normal, this era, there's a lot of things exciting, even in the legal world. So, Michelle, how are you doing today, and Happy New Year?
I'm doing fabulous. Happy New Year to you, too. Thanks for having me. It's wonderful to be here.
And I know in a few more hours today at 10, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be that official launching of the 2022 law year. So just tell us about that.
So, at the start of every law year, the court commences in the first term of every law year. It's a little technical. We commence with a ceremonial opening. So there's usually all this pomp and this flash. I don't know if you would remember as a child seeing the lawyers walking through the streets with their robes and their gowns.
That's right.
So that's right. So it would normally start with a church service. Mm-hmm. Then the lawyers would go in procession from the church where the service was held to the courthouse. It's normally in a church in the vicinity. Walk through the courthouse, and then there would be what we call the inspection of the guards. So you would have the police dressed up in their ceremonial wear, and either the Chief Justice or the senior resident judge of the island would pass through and inspect the guards, and there would be all the salutes and all of that. And then it would all climax with a special sit-in to mark the opening. Nice. Of course, COVID has put a damper on that. So last year, the Chief Justice took a decision rather than just doing away with it, because it's been a long-standing tradition. I remember being in the Ave Maria School and watching all of that.
I'm seeing it,
Yes, so we decided to host the ceremonial opening virtually. Everything is pretty much virtual these days.
Yes.
So this is the second consecutive year that we'll be doing it.
Nice.
So this morning at 11 o'clock, we will be having... I'm sorry, at 10 o'clock.
Oh, okay, good. I thought I made a mistake.
No.
But, okay, so at 10 a.m. people.
That's right. On today, the 11th. That's where the 11th came from. Yes, so what we will be doing is having that special sitting, and it's going to be a virtual sitting, and it's under the theme, the ECSC, Reimagining the Justice System in the COVID-19 era and beyond.
So I can see it's very relevant and relatable, I think, even if you're not too au courant with all the legal terms and procedures. But we can see everybody needs to be evolving with the time, and it's good to see that you guys are rolling with the waves as well.
Definitely. And the court, a lot of things, as you mentioned before, there's this new normal. Yes. So what we knew as normal is no more, and you start hearing the new normal. Right. The court has not been spared. Mm-hmm. But, we don't have the option of justice being quarantined or justice taking a break or justice stopping. So we have had to think outside the box, think of ways to reimagine how we can dispense justice to the persons that we serve. Right. And the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court serves the 9 member states and territories of the OECS. So from the British Virgin Islands in the top down to Grenada in the chain of islands. So whereas you would find each island hosting a separate sitting with the Chief Justice's address being streamed live via simulcast, this time we have one sitting, and Chief Justice will give her the feature address, and she will be followed by 9 speakers from the inner and outer bar, 1 from each member state and territory, addressing on behalf of the various organizations, entities, etc. So, for instance, for St. Lucia, we have our Director of Public Prosecutions, who's Mr. Dasrian Green. He is not only going to be the representative for St. Lucia, but he'll also be speaking on behalf of directors of public prosecution throughout the 9 member states and territories. So, I mean, we have quite a few outstanding speakers, I can assure you. And each of them are going to touch on the theme. They're going to say how they have had to reimagine their modus operandi to just make sure that the clients they serve, that the court that they are accountable to, that they can ensure that they provide the service pre-COVID, the service that's expected, because everything just kept going, you know.
And the efficiency is a must, so that cannot even lack.
Definitely. It's a must, especially for us at the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court. It's a must. So we're pretty excited, and we really want persons to know, hey, this is your court.
Right.
It's not more my court than it is yours. So we want persons to get an interest, get involved, come hear what the court has been doing to enhance its service to you. You know, people just think of court in this sort of tunnel, sort of vision. It's police, crime, people, you know, if you have, but the court is doing so much more. And I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but I can assure you the Chief Justice is going to lay out all the plans for 2021 and what the court did and for 2022. And it's just going to be fabulous. It's a production, actually, I should say. It's not live. We partnered with UWI TV to get this production done. So it's like...
It's a lot bigger than we think.
It is a big deal.
Absolutely. You know what? And the fact that, again, all these territories are coming together, so it's not just St. Lucia. So I think that sounds quite interesting. So now I think all we're missing is to share with our viewers so that they can be part of it, how best they can tune in, obviously, at 10 a.m. and what platform so that they don't miss out on this.
Certainly. So, you know, we've ensured that everybody in the Eastern Caribbean has some sort of way to watch. So you can either tune into UWI TV. I think for St. Lucia it's channel 115. And those of you who can't view via UWI TV, you could view via YouTube. So you go to the court's website, it's www.eccourts.org, and it will take you to the link. Then while you're there, you know, you could browse the court's website because there's a lot of interesting information in there. So we encourage persons to visit and just find out more about the court, who the judges are, the islands, etc. And we also have it being broadcasted on GIS stations, both radio and television.
Great. So you see, there's no excuses. You're covered any which way you can think of. So don't miss out on it because it's truly exciting. We're fresh in the start of the new year, and now knowing that it's the new law year, I think this really is going to be super enlightening. And you guys, your excitement alone, Michelle, makes me have an idea of what we can expect in a few more hours to come. So St. Lucia, beyond, whoever is watching, don't you miss out on that. And again, this affects all of us. It's a new year, it's a new era, and I'm also super excited about that. So all the best with this production.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, and all the best to you too.
Thank you as well. So St. Lucia, don't you miss it. If so, blame yourself. Bye. Everybody, good morning. And you know what, we are sending you some positive vibrations because anytime I have Naomi here, or you may know her as Ngozi, although we're not musically speaking today, we are here to make sure that we're all keeping each other safe. I think everyone by now knows that we are officially in the 5th wave with this pandemic, and there's still information that needs to be going around, some of which you may already know and others which might just be news to you. So Naomi just has a way that she, puts it that any and everybody can understand. And I think that's the best part of it, is that making sure no matter who you are, whatever walk of life, because this is affecting all of us, there's no discrimination, that everybody can properly understand what is expected of us, because we have a responsibility for ourselves and protecting others. So welcome. I know this is a heavy topic, but I know you're going to give some good energy.
It is, but it's necessary. I just want to say thanks for having me. Happy New Year to all the viewers, and also everybody who has experienced COVID-19 in some way or the other, or who has lost somebody. Condolences, and to give you some strength throughout this difficult time. It is a difficult time, and we're in the 5th wave, and we want to get better. And with that, I say that there's some places that we need to be informed about. For instance, the respiratory clinics.
Right.
A lot of us may have forgotten where they are, when they operate, if it's Monday to Friday or if it's Monday to Sunday. Is it open on Saturdays? So I'm going to give the list here. We have the respiratory clinic. So Grosley Polyclinic, for those in the north, it's every single day, guys. Every day. But from Monday to Saturday, it's open from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And on Sundays, it's a half day from 8 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And the La Clery Wellness Center, it is only from the Monday to the Friday. So that will be from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And we have Denry Hospital, Viewfort Wellness Center, Soufriere Hospital. These are the southern respiratory clinics. They are from Monday to Saturday. So that's 6 days. Okay. Monday to Saturday, again from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So you would have gotten that 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. people. So just remember, we do have a clinic that's open every day. And which one is that? The Polyclinic. And the other 6 days and 5 days for the La Clery Wellness Center.
Great. Now you did that, I was like, yeah, there we have teacher Naomi here, making sure that we're getting it. And even speaking of teachers, though, it made me immediately think of part of this week too. Something else that is new is, of course, the new school term or school year has started. So that is another thing, as we are in the 5th wave, was another question. People were worried, wondering if it's going to happen. But I'm happy we're showing some resilience and doing the right things. And school, as of right now, is still going on. So I feel like that was another major discussion in this 5th wave, dilemma.
Yeah, well, we all know that COVID-19 has been here. It's been here biting us, and so it continues. So the students are back, and for us to really make it through, I really want to employ all students and parents and teachers that we need to remain vigilant, because we have the Omicron. We still have the Delta. Yeah, we still have the Delta variant. So there's some key things that parents should just continue to support the children, remind them, give them psychological support, remind them that it's not over. Right. Cooperate with the teachers and ensure that they have at least 2 masks, clean masks when they go to school, because, sometimes they need to change it up and so on. So we're encouraging also from the ministry standpoint for those who can't get vaccinated to get vaccinated also, because, again, why put on your seatbelts, even if it's a preventative measure, it's uncomfortable. Not because you have your seatbelts, that means you would not get into an accident. So similarly to the vaccine, we are asking parents to consider, for those of the children who qualify for vaccination, to think of that, and for themselves also. So again, it's just an added layer of protection. It's not foolproof, but it's an added layer of protection. So this is another thing that we're asking persons to. And students, please do not gather and loiter around the city. Do not assemble. I know you'll be happy to see your friends and all excited and everything, but try your best not to get into that habit. You socialize, you socially distance, you wear your mask, and then you try to get home as soon as possible. The masks are not comfortable anyway, so why wait so long in town, wearing them, and then you could just go home right away. So that's another thing we wanted to bring to the fore.
Yeah, and I'm happy you said that, because I think the onus as well is on parents to really instill and reiterate to their children that they need to still practice protocols. Wear your mask, sanitizers often. If you can have the opportunity to wash hands instead, do that. These basic things are still very important. And when you're at school, be it work, break time or whatnot, you need to make sure that you're doing that. So it's a crucial time with the school year starting now in the 5th wave. But, we already know what we have to do. Yes. So, overall, as we again continue to ride this new wave.
It's another wave, man.
Yeah, I mean, what is going to be that final message that we want to let St. Lucia know? Especially, a little optimism, because I think people start to get so dismal every time a new strain or something else happens to come about.
I think, COVID has taught us that we're resilient people. And I think the more we remain open-minded and we remain willing to learn and willing to adjust and willing to try to understand and accept different points of views, but to look at what can work and put yourself in the situation and say, okay, think about what you can do rather than what is not working. Think about the solution rather than just the problem, and just immerse yourself in the solution. And with this, I say, if you need any additional updates, the Bureau of Health Education St. Lucia is now on Instagram, so you could follow that. You could follow us there. We're also on Facebook, and the Ministry of Health St. Lucia, the complete word, is also on Facebook. So if you're looking for updates like the vaccination sites or the respiratory clinic, what's happening, you can, check on these pages. You don't have to be on Facebook to see what's happening on Facebook. It's just like a website, so you could check it out. Because a lot of people might not know where to go. You could also call us at the ministry, and all the wellness centers also can offer vaccinations too. So please just be safe. And please, let's not quarrel too much. Let's just, be happy. Everybody has a point of view. Yeah. But do your best to protect yourself and to be well.
Right. You know what? And I love that message. We're going to endorse that as well. Let us have some tolerance, whether you're vaccinated or not. But simple things like making sure you wear your mask, sanitizer, certain things that don't change. Even if you're vaccinated, you still should be wearing your mask. So let us be tolerable. And that way we can make it a little bit easier on each other as we move through this. And obviously, hopefully look forward to getting out of it sooner rather than later. Okay, so guys, stay optimistic. Keep positive, and again, the onus is on you, so do what you need to do, and we look forward to seeing you healthy and safe very soon right here again on DBS This Morning. Bye.
What's up, St. Lucia? It's Big Wheels here again for the next episode, and I'm targeting certain people. Right now, this episode is for people that have steps at their home. Yes, you all want to walk up the steps, wax on, wax off. But now, I'm going to show you all how to use your steps to turn you all into Terminators and fit machines. Right? So today, this episode is for you all, whether you have steps inside your house or outside your house. We're going to get it popping, jumping, lunging, and skipping right here. Let's go. Good morning. So the first exercise we're going to do on your steps, we're going to stretch out the legs. So you're going to come up with on our toes, 1, 2, and up. Weight in the calves, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's go. Up. Up. And when you're on your last step, you're going for 20. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hey, it's not my fault if you have a spiral at your home. It's not my fault if you have 500 steps at your home. You put it there. Let's make use of it. So, as soon as you finish the warm-up or the first exercise, we jog back down the steps. So, if the first exercise is 3 sets of 8 or 3 sets of 50 steps, whatever you have, you get it done. The second exercise, we're going to do some jump squats on the steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. On the last step, you pulse it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, we get it done. When you execute your 3 sets, you jog down again. If you get tired, you're going up the steps, we're going to lunge it. 1, up, 2, up, 3, up, 4, up, and down. That's how I get a lunge done. It's quite nice for me. I don't have much steps to lunge, but I'm just showing you how you can get it done. Heading back down. The next exercise, out and in. You go, 1, squat down, boom, down, touch, 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 touch. It's quite obvious you guys better have more space than me, but you're catching the drift while I'm catching my breath. All right, you get it done? Run back down the steps. Whew. I need to catch my breath. That's where blue waters come into play. I need my blue waters. Douglas, I need my stamina. Douglas from Blue Waters. That's what I say. All right. Last but not least, because when you do these step exercises, you're going to burn. You're going to burn. I don't care how fit you are, as long as you St. Lucian, you're going to burn because you'll pork too much. So last but not least, we're going to jump squat and pulse on it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Maintain your balance. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 3, 4. Wheels is about to fall at the door. I'm going to bed right now. Good morning. See, as I burn.
And guess what? Just like that is the end of today's show, but the start of your day. So I'm hoping we did our part to at least give you a little bit of optimism, positivity, and of course facts and knowledge, especially as we're riding this fifth wave. We want everybody to be safe, and it's only based on us doing the things that we need to do that we can make it a whole lot easier. So please take care of yourself, and we want to see you back here healthy, strong. We're ready for you guys because you know we're a family. And don't forget as well to make sure at 10 a.m. that you catch the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court with their production, especially it's the launching of The Lawyers. So there's a lot of exciting things to make you want to step out of the door today. So put your best foot forward, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow right here on DBS This Morning.